bigger Red Sox guys on Twitter to come on because they both I have some pretty big ones who follow me. They're like, oh, all right,
Live?
we are live.
Cutter is king is hopping on the locker room pod.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
won't
good.
be on that episode.
Why?
Do I really gotta explain?
What's wrong with that? I think he's a pretty, pretty good dude.
What's wrong with Cutter?
We
Wait,
already
what?
We already have too many Red Sox fans on the list. Personally, I think we have too many. That's neither here nor there.
Bro, you literally have the NL MVP on your team. Shut up.
Yeah, what?
Oh my god, it works. Alright, thank God. Okay. Danny, how's it look on the stream?
It looks good on the stream.
Yeah, good.
It's actually, the cams actually look fine.
Yeah.
God, I love you. 49 views?
Yeah.
God. Okay. Danny, how's it look on...
Turn the music off. Bro.
Danny yaps too much. Alright. Wait, that actually looks so much better than, like, joining Discord. Okay, JMO, can you post? Because I can't.
Oh.
And then we'll get started. Whenever it's your call, JMO. Did I say Danny, can you post? My bad. I meant JMO, can you post?
No, you said JMO.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm losing my mind.
I could spell.
I'm about to start learning French. Alright, Caesar. Yo, you guys, hold on, JMO.
What?
I'm gonna send you what my PC looks like on Instagram.
Okay. Alright, it's tweeted.
Danny's just mashing his keyboard. Not even typing anything, just straight mash.
I think he is.
Can you hear me when I'm mashing?
Yeah.
Start mashing again? Yeah. Yeah, we can hear that.
Oh, that thing's sick.
It's Gengar, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought it was Gengar.
It's just so tough.
All right, we ready, gentlemen? Oh, did we figure out what trivia we were gonna do today?
Probably an NFL-based one, right?
Yeah. Yard Barker.
I could find one real quick.
I'm gooning to Danny's face. Alright.
Okay.
All right, Diego, lock in there.
Alright,
buddy.
lock in, Diego. Lock in, kid.
Diego.
Yeah, I
He's
know
literally
Diego
at
too
work.
well.
He's at work.
Ooh, what about the first one? Can you name the last player to rush for 1,000 yards or more in a season for every NFL franchise?
Yeah.
All right, heard.
I'm down. Yeah, you guys can get smoked.
W overlay? Yeah, no, Jake kind of cooked with the overlay. I can't.
Yo, Caesar, what up, bro? Alright, you can, whenever you're ready.
Gotta like move my camera. It looks weird on the thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of the Locker Room Podcast. Once again, joined by my wonderful co-hosts Danny, X, and Rick. Lots of new stuff we're gonna be talking about today. We're gonna be more NFL based tonight, with that kind of starting up and the trade deadline. Talk about kind of the ending of that because we kind of ended off right before the deadline hit, and. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to that MLB reporter who had me and X thinking we had Joe Ryan. It was the happiest 10 seconds of our life, man.
Not even
we
10.
So
6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds, bro. We were so excited, and I mean, I don't wish for anybody to lose their job, but I hope he got put in social media timeout. He's not allowed to touch socials for a month.
The rest of his life.
Yeah.
The rest of his life.
But, with all that stuff being said,
layoff on him.
intern needs to lock in. With all that being said, Danny, how we doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Not a lot of sports on this morning. Baseball took a long time to start, so
Actually just started.
sort of watching the Giants play and probably gonna lose yet again to another bad team. They're gonna lose another series to the Pirates without facing Paul Skeens, so very fun times
It's actually
going
insane.
on right now, JMO.
I mean, I can't say the same. Our Red Sox are on fire, man. I mean,
We're red
second
hot right
best
now.
winning percentage since what, June 28th or something like
Something
that.
like
Only
that,
behind
yeah.
the Brewers. Only behind the Brewers, and I mean, Rick's Phillies, they're doing pretty good. They added, we talked about it last show, added a great closer in Duran. He's been electric in his two starts, but you know, I just want to talk about the Red Sox just for a little bit. Okay, I get it. It's not a Red Sox show, but are we serious, man? Like, we have Dustin May and Steven Matz. Are we serious? That's it? But the boys are playing good ball.
No, we're playing
You know,
really
it's
good ball,
Crochet Day.
surprisingly.
It's Crochet Day on the mound versus the Royals. The lineup's a little iffy, so we're gonna need him to go like 9 innings. You know, nothing too
CG.
major. But Duran hitting lights out, Story hitting lights out. Hopefully, Roman's back in there tomorrow with some back tightness. But
Saw a report he is back
yeah.
tomorrow. They just wanted to
He
give
is
him one
back
more day
tomorrow?
just in
Alright,
case it was
perfect.
anything bad.
That's perfect. And that
Yeah.
young superstar, don't want him being hurt or anything. But Rick, you got probably the favorite to win MVP on your team right now in the NL. I mean, Kyle Schwarber is hitting some tanks. He hit 2 of them last night. I mean, you got to be feeling good. You got to be feeling good about having this guy on your squad.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of guys I enjoy watching the second half of it. They did add Harrison Bader. He got his first hit as a Philly, 3-run home run last night. So that was fun. But second half of the lineup, I still have a lot of concerns about going into the postseason. Guys like Stott, Bohm, Marsh, Kepler somehow still on the roster. So as good as Schwarber is, definitely some question mark, at least for me, is a bit more critical of a Phillies fan than a lot of others. But I mean, the pitching is unbelievable. Duran, we finally got to see him pitch, and I mean, wow, that guy throws 100 splitters. So
Dude, 103 is insane.
Yeah.
Talk about the Pirates. Yeah, we will not be doing that.
Yeah, no, the Pirates. I mean, they did walk off the Giants last night with a fielder's choice, which you don't see that.
It was a
very
rigged
often.
game.
Yeah.
It was a rigged game.
Livy Dunn. We
by
can
the
talk
way.
about Livy Dunn.
Yeah, we could.
But
He is an athlete.
we talk about MLB teams, not minor teams. Sorry, Preston.
Oh,
whoa.
that means Danny's losing a minor league team. That's crazy.
Giants
But
are a really
you
team.
know, I think we're just gonna kind of move over to the NFL type stuff right away. I think that's kind of the main slate today. But I think first, let's talk about some camp breakouts that you guys have. Rick, who are your kind of guys that you see around the league that you really think can make an impact right away? Not just for obviously your Eagles, but around the entire league.
Yes, I mean, I'll start off with the Eagles. Not all like super young guys. Kind of like a vet that has certainly surprised me so far based on what I've read is Josh Uche.
Patriots
Gonna be
legend.
an edge rusher. Yeah, Patriots legend. I think he was a 2nd-round pick for you guys.
Yeah.
I thought Jalix Hunt kind of had that second edge spot locked up, but Uche has been dominant in camp. I don't know if it's getting back with the Georgia players that he played with in but I'm excited about him. Moro Jomo also on the Eagles, the defensive tackle. He started to break out a bit in the playoffs when he started to get more reps, and the Eagles ended up trading some of their defensive line depth yesterday. Thomas Booker, quarterback from the Raiders, and I think it goes to show how much faith they have a Jomo and Ty Robinson to really kind of pick up the slack in the depth side of the defensive line. So I'm super excited about them. As for beyond the Eagles, Jalen Knoll for the Texans, 3rd-round pick. They drafted 2 wide receivers this year, one in the second one. Jalen Knoll has been really good in camp, from what I've seen and what I've read. Jaden Higgins, who they took in the 2nd, has also been good, but he projects more similar to Nico Collins, so he'll probably be on the outside. But Jalen Knoll, there's kind of like a hole in the slot wide receiver role for the Texans. They added Christian Kirk, but I actually think Jalen Knoll could be quite productive and surprise some people. Some other guys I have, Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane, kind of fighting for that wide receiver spot on that Commanders offense. And McCaffrey apparently has been working out with some other like higher tier NFL players like in the offseason, kind of just learning from them. And he looks like a completely different player from last year. He was pretty like a non-factor in the as a later round pick, but he looks really good in camp. As much as I dislike the Commanders, the Isaac Tesla, I believe his name is, Detroit. He's been also really good. We got to see a little bit of him in the Hall of Fame game last Thursday, and it is against a lot of guys that maybe they don't make a roster, they don't play a whole ton, but I mean that guy looked like the best guy in the field last. But you guys watched the Hall of Fame game, but
I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get to really watch the full thing. But
I watched the opening kickoff, and watched the guy fumble it and turn it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Isaac Tesla looked like he's going to be insane. They traded up for him, and it was kind of viewed as a reach at the time, but they might have something there. And then the last guy I wanted to talk about, which maybe we could go around and give our thoughts on this specifically, I guess, but Spencer Rattler seems like he's kind of run away with the Saints QB1 job already.
I would agree with that, yeah. He's looked pretty, from what I've seen, reports and stuff, he's clearly looked like the much better quarterback, and I don't think it's even really close. The clips I've seen of, the Tyler, right? That's his.
Yeah, Tyler Shuck. He was their second round pick. And
he has not looked good at all, in my opinion. But that's just kind of what I've seen on Twitter and stuff. Obviously, I'm only seeing one side, not seeing both sides of it at all times. But just from the clips I've seen, yeah, I mean, Spencer Rattler, I really think he could, be a plus for that offense. They need quarterback help badly, and hopefully he figures it out. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Spencer Rattler.
Danny, who are your camp breakouts?
Well, I have 3 for the Niners, 3 for every other team. For the Niners, it has to be said, Ricky Pearsall has been unbelievable so far in practice. He's been dominating every one-on-one drill. He has a lot of bursts. He's winning the ball at the catch point every single time. And Ricky Pearsall, it's very important for the Niners this year if they want to compete. They need Ricky Pearsall, just to say it bluntly. And him being this good at training camp is very encouraging. And then I have 2 rookies. I have one, CJ West. He is a defensive tackle. They took him in the 4th round, a part of their whole D-line revival. And it sounded like he was going to start the year as sort of a backup defensive tackle and maybe work his way up to the starting role. But he's gotten all the starting reps. He's been dominating the interior of the Niners line, which isn't saying much, to be fair. But he was dominating them in practice. He's looked very, very good. He's a big boy. So, again, if the Niners want to win, they need their D-line.
316, holy shit.
And then the complete opposite of a big man, we have Upton Stout, a nickel corner, who they took in the 3rd round, who Richard Sherman on Twitter said he was a standout of the DBs so far in training camp.
That's a good shout from a pretty good DB.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the Richard Sherman stamp of approval, you're good. Yeah, he's 5'9", 181. But he allegedly, he has heart. He has a very high motor. Those things don't really matter. And as a nickel in the NFC West, you have a very hard job with your divisional matchups. So he'll get tested immediately. Week 1, it's trending towards him being a starting nickel week 1 with Lenore playing on the outside. But even if he's a backup and rotates in, I mean, he has Jackson Smith and Jigba Cooper Cup week 1, so that'll be very big for him just to see how real he is. And then for my 3 non-Niners guys, they're not necessarily breakouts, but guys who look like they're going to have a much different role than we're used to. And I am starting with a former Niner in Jordan Mason with the Vikings. Allegedly, off of what's been seen at training camp so far, he's pretty much splitting snaps with Aaron Jones. It looks like they're going to be a true committee. And Jordan Mason last year was really good. I think he was 3rd in the NFL in rushing yards like 9 weeks into the season. He was right there with Saquon and Derrick Henry. And then McCaffrey came back, and then Shanahan just refused to play him after that. And then he got hurt himself. But I've always liked Jordan Mason. He's very good. He went undrafted, I believe. In that Vikings running back room with J.J. McCarthy, you can assume it's going to be a lot of quick passes, a lot of running. Just make things a lot easier for McCarthy as he gets used to the NFL. And having a real committee in Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason would be, pretty nice, I think.
I mean, it takes stress off aging Aaron Jones. Obviously,
Aging
he's
Aaron Jones.
Very
31, and for a running back, that's getting
injury-prone.
up there. Like very. You're getting up to the age where it's like, all right, this guy cannot be on the field, every single offensive snap. And I think Jordan Mason, great addition, for the Vikings.
Absolutely. And then I have sort of a guy who not everyone's talking about, but I think he might be one of the biggest benefactors of a head coaching hire in the NFL in DJ Moore, who last year, I don't know what the Bears were doing with him. He was like a gadget receiver, but not a gadget receiver. There was a point where he was only catching balls behind the line of scrimmage. From what's been seen from Bears practices so far is DJ Moore's lining up all over the place. He's lining up outside, he's lining up in the slot, he's lining up in the backfield. And it looks like Ben Johnson wants to sort of treat him like how he treated Amon-Ra last year, which is very, very encouraging for DJ Moore's career, considering part of why he left Carolina was so he can get, 1, a better quarterback, but 2, more opportunities to win and just be a better player, all things considered. And he was really good last year, or 2 years ago. Last year with the play calling, again, I don't know what they were doing with him. Took a step back, but I'm very encouraged by how DJ Moore is playing. And then I don't want to step onto JMO's turf too much, so I'll very quickly touch on a player, then pass it to you, JMO.
I know who
Josh
you're going to go with.
Downs.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, and again, I'll touch on this really quickly.
Who's going to throw him the rock?
Well, that's the thing. The Colts don't have a quarterback. So they're going to have to rely a lot on that intermediate game. And Daniel Jones, we love to talk trash about Daniel Jones. He wins the job. He's still okay in the intermediate
He's not winning the
game.
job. I promise you that.
If he
Richardson's
wins that
looked really
job,
good
I
in camp.
promise you Richardson's never touching the field.
I don't know. I think Richardson's looked really
I'm
good
not
in
even
camp
joking.
this year.
Regardless, I mean, I've always liked Josh Downs. And he's been a wizard in the intermediate field from what I've seen. So he might not have those big, like, huge explosive plays next season.
He's a big chain mover. He's a big chain mover for us.
I wouldn't be shocked if, it's 15 yards of reception, 12 yards of reception. Just really playing that third down, like you just said, chain extender. But Colts legend, Josh Downs. I would love to hear if there's any other Colts, JMO.
There is.
that
There's
caught
one,
your eye.
actually. Another wide receiver. It's Adonai Mitchell. I mean, from what I've read and everything, he has been all over the place in camp. He's catching everything that comes his way. His problem last year, in my opinion, was he was almost scared to get hit. There were balls he'd just give up on because, he could hear the footsteps. And obviously, I have no clue what that's like to, be getting honed in on by a 220-pound safety coming full speed. But from the looks of training camp and from everything I've seen, he's embracing kind of trying to win that number 2 role with Pittman, obviously being the number 1, and then kind of fighting Alec Pierce for the deep ball, which last year Alec Pierce, he was great with the deep ball last year. I mean, Richardson, when he did look good. He was getting the ball to Pierce, deep down the field. But Adonai Mitchell, I expect a big breakout year from him, and if he can get going, that opens up Josh Downs, it opens up Pittman, and it's going to open up our new tight end Tyler Warren, and I think it can really help this offense. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for the Colts, honestly. I mean, I like AR. I know a lot of you guys don't. That's my boy. Like, I'm not going to give up on him until he's out of a Colts jersey. Like, I just can't. He's my dude. He's looked good in training camp. Obviously, he has to go out on the field and stay healthy, make the layups. He struggles with that quite often, but from what I've read, he's done a lot better than he has the last 2 years. Obviously, he's still not fully there yet, but I'm expecting big things from this offense, and I know that's being very optimistic, but I gotta believe in my team. Gotta believe in my team, and somebody I want to talk about is Quentin Ewers, the kid from Texas. He has been lighting up training camp in Miami. I think, with Tua's health situation and, how many more hits to the head can that guy take before he has to, be forced to retire, I truly think that Ewers is going to be a great, number 2 option if Tua goes down. Obviously, he didn't have the best year at Texas last year, good enough to get him to the national semifinals. But, he was surrounded by a bunch of young studs, a bunch of guys who got drafted. And I'm excited to see him play. The things I've read about him, he's been throwing the ball really well. I've seen some clips of him just, putting it in the tightest window possible that you can see over defenders, in between defenders, things like that. But, yeah, those are really the only 2 guys I kind of did a lot of my research based on. But, X, what about you, man?
I'm gonna follow the road with you guys a little bit. I'm gonna be a little bit biased. I'm gonna talk about my quarterback, Drake May. I'm hearing a lot of positive things. I haven't really heard that many negative things about Drake May since training camp has started. I didn't really prep that much for talking about him a lot, but from what I've seen, videos on Twitter, reports coming in from ESPN, blah, 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 that Drake May is ready for his sophomore season. Hopefully not a sophomore slump, because his freshman season was kind of a slump. I wouldn't say a slump, but it wasn't, the greatest freshman season. But
to be fair, he kind of got thrown into a bad situation.
Yeah, he got thrown into a bad situation.
Thrown into the situation, and all of a sudden you threw him in, and you guys started looking more competitive.
We have Gerard Mayo as your head coach, and yeah. But
I mean, he flashed.
Yeah, he has the wide receivers now. He has Diggs. Pop Douglas is another guy I want to talk about. Pop Douglas, Demario Douglas. We call him Pop. He's looking really good in training camp. And then there's a guy named Efton Chisholm.
That's a name.
Yeah, Efton Chisholm the third, actually. I added him the third. He's looking really good. Not sure if he's gonna make the full man roster, but I would like to see him make the full man roster. But there's a lot of people he would have to, compete with, including this guy right here. I mean, you can't really talk about the Patriots wide receiving core without talking about Kyle Williams. This guy has looked really good in training camp, and I can't wait to see him actually on the field. I hope this guy actually gets his chance to play because he's really good. Other than that, other players I would like to pay attention to, I don't really have any, but I do like Josh Downs. What you guys are saying about Josh Downs, I do like him. The fact that he's, 5 touchdowns, not really that great, but 800 yards, and he had Joe Flacco as his QB last year. I understand.
Year, yeah.
Your wide receiver core was a little bit hurt last last year too, right?
Yeah, Pittman was out a game or two. Mitchell didn't know what a football was for most of the year, and we didn't have a tight end.
Yeah, 300 yards from Adonai is not that great, but it was basically all Alec Pierce. Even Alec Pierce got hurt at times, so it came down to this guy, and he really willed that team on his back. That 5 touchdowns doesn't say how much he actually helped that team last year to even win these games. I really like Josh Downs this year, and another guy I like is Baker. I mean, I think this is Baker's year, so yeah.
I think we can all agree this could possibly be a Baker MVP type year with the team they have around. They should have the record to prove it and things like that. But speaking of records, how about we kind of break down some of these teams in the NFL. And I mean, Rick, I'll let you pick who you want to start off with, and we can kind of go from there.
You know what? I saw Preston in chat, so let's start with the AFC North.
We're doing the Steelers.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with the Steelers is who is going to throw them the football, right? Like
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, I know, but he is not. I don't think he's looked the best in camp.
He was good in the second half of
I mean, yeah, but I just don't know if you want to trust that aging Rodgers. Obviously, it's Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks, of all time, especially one of the greatest quarterbacks in our generation. But I just don't know if he's kind of the guy that gets you over the hump if you're the Steelers.
I
That's just
mean,
me.
my problem with the Steelers is their same problem as last year. Have you seen their wide receiver core?
Wow.
I mean,
it's not
Robert
good.
Woods is a current listed starting wide
Yeah,
receiver.
yeah.
I mean,
their receiving core is literally Pat Fryermuth.
I get it that,
DK.
like,
Oh, they have Jonnu Smith actually.
yeah, I get that Jonnu Smith's probably going to be like a hybrid, do a little bit of wide receiver
Yeah.
and tight end work, but I mean, they just don't have anyone to throw to. Jalen Warren might be their best target besides DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, Roman Wilson has looked pretty good in camp. And I believe I talked about him last episode where I think he's more stylistically the type of wide receiver that Rodgers will kind of work well with. He works well with the guys that you're going to be at this spot at this time and kind of just very timing based. That's not DK Metcalf even a little bit. So I do have my concerns about that's going to work, but I think if they go the route, this is where I think they're just kind of running it down teams' throats with their backfield of Caleb Johnson, Jalen, Kenneth Gainwell, just like pounding the rock against people. They have actually an underrated O line in my. Their O line has gotten a lot better over the last few years, and I think that is a defense that, when healthy, you can really rely on that. Just wins like they have in the past.
I mean,
I
yeah, I think
agree.
they really are going to have to, kind of rely on the run game again. And my question is, without the threat of a running quarterback, how, in those third and short situations, you don't really have to worry about Aaron Rodgers running the football. Obviously, he still can, but I truly think that they're going to be another, all right, we're going to go 10-7, make the playoffs, get beat in the first round. I just really think if they had a good receiving, like they had to have one more receiver to match with DK Metcalf, in my opinion. Like DK's a throw me the ball 40 yards down the field, I'll make a play, right? Like if Roman Wilson can, kind of come out of his shell and kind of break out this year, who knows? Maybe they do exceed my expectations, but I worry about Rodgers being 41. Obviously, he played a little better last year coming off the Achilles, but he's getting up there in age, and you can't rely on a 41-year-old quarterback unless his name is Tom Brady. Like that's just how I feel about it. But
I don't think I want to downplay Calvin Austin either here. Like I understand. I don't know if he's having a great camp, but he really stepped up last year when they didn't really have a target to hit. I mean, when George Pickens was throwing a fit on the field, he always stepped up in times where they needed a receiver. So I got to throw some props at Calvin Austin. I think that guy's really good, and also.
Yeah, I know JMO said that he has the Steelers at 1 or something. And
at what?
Losing in the.
Yeah,
You have the Steelers at 9-8.
yeah, 9-8, 10-7.
I have them at 12-5. I think this is actually going to be a really good Steelers team. I think they're like without a doubt the second best team in that division. And I don't think it's particularly close. I know we got some huge Joe Burrow fans on the podcast, but I think the Steelers are like miles better than the Bengals, respectfully. Um, I not only have them going 12-5, I have the game for the first time since I don't know 2016 or something. Always get there, always lose. It's kind of the Steeler way, I guess. But I think this is the change for them, and where we really start to see a bit more the Steelers of old, where they're a bit more of a threat in the AFC.
I don't know. I see him losing 8. Just looking at the schedule right now, I see him losing 8. Then again, you have to see how like someone like J.D. McCarthy would develop. But if
Yeah,
he's
so
playing, if Sam Darnold can run that offense, I think J.D. McCarthy can run that offense. So
when I predicted their schedule, I had them losing to the Vikings. I had them splitting with the Bengals, losing to the Chargers, Bears, and then splitting with the Ravens because the Ravens.
you have them beating Buffalo.
Uh, I do, yes.
Mm.
I think Josh Allen is the type of quarterback where he does make a lot of fantastic plays, but he's a guy that, and it has hurt him in the playoffs. And for some reason, he'll throw 2 picks or he'll have 2. And I think with that Steelers defense, they're capable of forcing him into those type of mistakes. And I think the offense is going to be competent enough that they can kind of capitalize on those mistakes. Um, yeah, I do have them beating Buffalo. It is a home game in Pittsburgh as well. So it's not like they're going to Buffalo to play that game, but yeah.
And you have them beating Detroit, or you said Detroit beats them?
I have them beating Detroit. Again, I have concerns about the Detroit offense. This is going to be the first since Jared Goff has gotten to Detroit where he doesn't have a known play call on his side, and we kind of saw uh, McVay and him kind of started to fall apart towards the end of that tenure. I know they went, but clearly McVay saw something that Jared Goff wasn't able to get them over that hump, and I wonder what Detroit. Like I just don't know what to think about with Detroit. Both their coordinators, so I think they could either pick up right where they left off, or things could get not ugly in Detroit. I still had them, but I think they're just not as much of a powerhouse as they were last year.
See, I think my thing with Detroit is I think getting all of those defensive guys back, especially Hutch, and you don't have, practice squad guys out there. I think as long as the offense doesn't, just go full tank, which you have a good point, like, Jared Goff doesn't have, Ben Johnson as play caller anymore. And he was great. He was one of the greatest play callers, if not the best play caller last year, right? But a healthier defense for them, and I think their defense is going to win them some, some more games than they did last year. Obviously they were putting up incredible, scores last year, all that good stuff, throwing trick plays, doing all the crazy stuff because Dan Campbell just doesn't care. He's
I
going to do what
also
he wants.
I think the trick plays and stuff were a lot of Ben Johnson.
No, yeah, I
Ben,
agree.
Ben Johnson has said in press conferences that he likes the like those creative plays, and we saw a lot of plays last year where like guys were getting not just schemed open, but they were schemed like bomb touchdowns or just like huge explosive plays. And another thing that I think people are overlooking with Detroit is Frank Ragnar retired, and I get it's just a center, yada yada yada. Um, he was the best center in football last year, and I don't think it was close. I mean, maybe you could say Creed Humphrey or Tyler Linderbaum, but Frank Ragnar was exceptional last year, and he kind of shocked everyone when he decided to step away. So, how like does their rushing attack take a hit a bit? They still have a good offensive line, but
I mean, you are losing, a guy with a lot of experience, a guy who, is controlling that line of scrimmage,
yeah,
calling out
controlled
what
all
you
the
have to. Yeah,
protections and he controlled everything. So I think that's a huge loss for them that people haven't really talked about over this offseason.
I kind of totally forgot he retired. I'll be completely honest with you. Once the NFL season gets over until it starts picking up again, I kind of
Yeah.
just forget everything that happens. But
I just remember the other day that Cooper Kupp was a freaking Seahawk.
yeah, a lot of moves. But Danny,
Yes.
who do you kind of want to talk about? Who's kind of a team that intrigues you? Who's a team that you think could, kind of make a run this year? If not make a run, be really close, and you don't want to play them. By the end of the year, it's like, oh wow, it kind of sucked to have those guys on our schedule.
I think honestly, I think this is the year that the Chargers remember that they're supposed to be a good team. Um, when you look at their schedule, there are, of course, some hard matchups. I mean, of course, the Chiefs in Brazil, so it's not even a real home game. You have to play the Chiefs twice. You have to play the Broncos twice. The Raiders, who cares? But I mean, they have Geno Smith now and Pete Carroll, so they're not freebies anymore. But
Yeah.
they do have a tougher schedule. I do like the Chargers a lot more this year than I have in previous years. I've always been iffy on them, even though I've liked them. I've never really considered them like bona fide playoff, bona fide contenders. And I'm not even necessarily saying they're going to be contenders this year, but I think this is the year that they sort of prove themselves as a playoff team.
I mean, yeah, I really think that. Justin Herbert, he didn't have a terrible year last year, right? Threw for 3,800 yards, 23 TDs, only 3 picks. He was sacked 41 times, but I think that offensive line is going to be a little bit better this year.
Yeah.
And I like their defense a lot this year. I really do. Their defense, I think it's the second best defense in that division, right behind the Broncos. I know some of us in here are high on the Chiefs, but I've always kind of liked the Chargers. I was a big Justin Herbert guy coming out of college. I really wanted the Colts to draft him, but I think, again, we talked about it last episode, their issue is going to be if Ladd isn't able to get open, if he's getting bracketed, he's kind of getting double teamed. Who's the go-to guy? Who's going to help get Ladd open? I know they added Najee Harris, but we don't know when he's going to be back. I don't think there's a timeline yet on from the firework incident.
You're downplaying Quentin Johnson again.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Quentin Johnson guy.
I know, but we keep thinking Quentin Johnson's like Kadarius Toney in terms of drop balls, but this guy is actually really good. I mean, I know I personally have said bad things about Quentin Johnson in the past. That might have been because he was on my fantasy team, but I think that Quentin Johnson is a great 2 here, and if Ladd's getting double covered, I think Quentin Johnson can get the job done.
I also really like Trey Harris. I think that was a really good draft pick.
Yeah.
And I know it's the Chargers, so they're not going to throw the ball much, but I really like Trey Harris as sort of a safety valve for Herbert if McConkey's getting boxed.
I also like their draft pick, Omarion Hampton.
Yeah, he was a beast last year in North
Carolina.
Carolina.
That was a great pick.
He played a little bit in the Hall of Fame game, and that guy looked incredible.
Yeah. So
not even just big plays or just looking like the best guy in the field, I guess, but just very explosive. Whenever he got the ball, it felt like by the time he had the ball in his hands, he was downfield.
Yeah. I think the Chargers had one of the best drafts. I'm not saying the best draft, but I think they had a really good draft this year. And I think they're going to be really good contenders. I like the call out of
I have them getting
Danny
second
there.
in their division. I have them second in their division right behind the Broncos.
I also have them second in the division behind the Broncos.
I think obviously the Chiefs still going to make the playoffs. They're going to get in there, but I just don't see a world where they're as dominant as they used to be. right? Like, obviously, Patrick Mahomes still amazing, the greatest quarterback in the game right now, and that hurts me to say. Like, you guys know I'm a big Patrick Mahomes hater most of the time, but I just truly think that teams. You kind of saw it a little bit last year in the Super Bowl. Like the Eagles figured it out. Yeah, obviously the Eagles had the greatest defense in football last year, but I think teams are gonna take away from kind of what the Eagles did and try. Obviously, it's gonna be really tough to duplicate it without the guys that they have. But I think that the Chiefs dynasty, if you want to call it that, is kind of towards the end of its run. Obviously, it's still Patrick Mahomes. He's going to do crazy things, but yeah, that's just my opinion on it.
I agree that Kansas City's not going to win the division, but I could not disagree that like they've fallen off. They're not still a serious contender in the AFC. Look, that defense is insane. That's what won them so many games last year, and they didn't lose a lot of guys from that defense. So that defense is still really good. And regardless of what you have on offense, weapons wise, what you still have Patrick Mahomes, and you still have, in my opinion, the best play designer in Andy Reid. That offense will score points. It just will. You're gonna have Hollywood Brown he didn't start playing until like week 8 last year. Year 2, Xavier Worthy, he didn't start getting involved until the second half of last year. You're gonna get Ryan back. Probably gonna get suspended, but Travis Kelce apparently looks a lot better in camp. A lot faster. Maybe kind of the back-to-back Super Bowl hangover kind of hit him last year, but I would be shocked if this Chiefs team didn't finish at least second. As much as I like Denver, I have more questions about Denver's offense than I do Kansas City's, and I trust Kansas City's defense more.
I think I might have said it. Like I think the Chiefs are barely going to get into the playoffs, right? I think they're still going to win 10, probably 11 games. But this is where we get 3 teams, right, in the AFC. It's going to be in this AFC West,
Yeah.
division.
No, I
But
agree.
I just think it's probably the most outside the NFC North. I truly think it's probably the second best division, outside the Raiders. But I mean,
And the Chiefs do have a tough schedule. I personally had them at 11-6. They have the Ravens on their schedule. They have so it is a tougher division, but I am of the mindset I refuse to doubt this Andy Reid Patrick Mahomes duo until they give me a reason to not trust. Similar to Brady Belichick in the 2010s, you know as good as anyone. Some of those Patriots teams were not very talented, especially the ones that, in my opinion, the one that beat the Rams in the Super Bowl,
That's all defense.
2019 Super Bowl,
2018.
2018.
2018.
13-3. That's all. That's defense versus defense. Those were the two
you
best
put-
defenses in the league that year.
Yes, that was that Patriots offense was abysmal. Not abysmal, but it was.
I wouldn't say abysmal.
One of the weaker Super Bowl offenses, in my opinion.
Julian
of the
Edelman,
last
Super Bowl
decade.
MVP.
So similar to like Belichick, Brady, I look until Andy Reid retires, they're going to be top 2 in that division, and they're going to be my AFC title game.
I'm gonna be honest. I low-key have the Chiefs being the 1 seed in the AFC.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even hate
I
that.
I love their offensive line. I think Josh
Simmons was
Simmons.
a great pick. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
a great
I mean,
pick.
he was a universal like top 15 pick, but
And
he
he
had a
fell
foot
to the Chiefs.
injury. He had a foot injury. He fell to 32, which I think was way too far of a drop. That was just paranoia. I think he's immediately one of the best rookies in the league. I think he has a crazy high ceiling. Their interior O-line gets gassed up enough. It's just unbelievable. But like Rick said, their defense is really, really good. I mean, just Chris Jones alone makes their D-line really good. Not to mention George Karlaftis is also a very good football player that gets overshadowed by Chris Jones. Mike Dana, I've liked him for a few years now. He doesn't really get a lot of love. Yeah, he doesn't really get a lot of love. You know, I get it. Again, you have Chris Jones on the D-line. You're going to be overshadowed. But I really like him. I like the linebacker core. You know, Trent McDuffie is a fantastic corner.
I believe he was an All-Pro last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the CB1 category in the NFL. He's in the conversation.
See, but
So-
like my thing is, sorry, Danny. My
Go
thing
ahead.
is, like Rick pointed out, they have a very tough schedule, right?
Yeah.
Like their first 6 weeks, they could easily be 3-3 or 2-4. Right, you get the Chargers, the Eagles, Giants, Ravens, Jags, Lions. Giants, Jags, automatic wins.
I actually have them at 3-3. Yeah, I have them at 3-3 over that stretch.
I mean, yeah, towards the latter half, it does, kind of ease up a little bit with the Colts, Titans, and Raiders again, and even the Texans. But I don't know. I still see them making the playoffs. I still see them being good. I just
Yeah.
don't know if they're going to be the good that we're used to.
Yeah.
Like that's what I've been trying to get at. Like I'm not trying to downplay how great they are. I know it probably came off and sounded like that, but I just want to make it clear. I do think they're still going to be a really good football team. I just don't think that they're not going to be the Chiefs of the last 3 years. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. It's just I think they had a very good offseason at figuring out a lot of their holes, and especially some of the holes that the Eagles abused in the Super Bowl. That lack of tackles, the fact that they just couldn't run the football at all, which I still have a lot of questions about that, considering their only addition was Elijah Mitchell. who
Getting Pacheco
made that
healthy
glass.
is an addition in itself.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see too much of him because he broke his leg, I believe, 5 or week 6 last year.
I think like
Yeah.
week
He ended up-
2.
It was
it really
early.
week 2?
It
It
was
was
super
early.
early, yeah.
Yeah,
But and when they did bring him back, it was like a heavy split between him and Kareem.
Yeah.
I think Pacheco is going to take more of kind of a stranglehold on that arm. And look, their defense is good enough where they don't have to throw a lot. They can trust their run game. They can run a back by committee with Mitchell, Hunt, and Pacheco, and just let Mahomes make like big throws whenever they need to. Just
Let Mahomes be
control the clock.
Mahomes.
It's what they did last year. They weren't.
Yeah.
They were a very boring team to watch last year because they started doing what the Patriots started doing towards the end of the Brady time, where you're a bit more of a run focused defense, but when it's 3rd and 5 and you need Brady was getting that first down, and I think the same is going to happen with the Chiefs. And yes, their schedule is tough, but there's not a single team in the NFL this Kansas City team can't beat on any given day. And I get that's like a cliche term of like any given day, but truthfully, this Chiefs team can beat anyone.
I agree completely.
I think I'm gonna switch it up here a little bit. We've been talking about the Chiefs quite a bit. Obviously, not an awful thing for how good they, been one of the powerhouses in the NFL. But I'm kind of excited to see this New York Giants team play. Obviously, they're in a tough division. I truly think they have a top 3 defensive line, if not top 2 in football, with Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, the addition of Abdul Carter, whether he's going to play off ball or on the line, not quite sure yet. But I think their biggest problem is going to be their secondary. And if, the addition of Javon Holland, I think it's kind of big for them. Good safety. I think that as long as their offense and Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, or Jackson Dart isn't, turning the ball over 2-3 times a game, I think their defense, can win them quite a few games here as long as the offense is, slightly above average or even at average.
Yeah,
Especially
maybe.
with, Malik Neighbors, one of the best young receivers in the league.
Yeah. I mean,
Call me
Neighbors is
biased.
nasty.
There's-
I think this Giants team would. I actually do agree that like they're going to be more watchable than in previous years, but they got screwed by the schedule.
Yeah,
Like,
their schedule.
I
is
really think there's a
despicable.
world.
They play the AFC West, which I think is 4 straight losses.
Yeah.
I
I
think they're guaranteed 4 or 5 in the NFC, and then you go and play the NFC West.
There's a
The
world.
NFC North.
There's a world where
And-
they can go 1-16,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and their one win is the Saints.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
I
also
unironically
a
have them
world where they
going
win
3 and
7
14.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you never know what type of Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Wilson's probably going to be a starter, right? You
I
never.
assume so. From what I've seen out of camp, yeah.
You don't know if you're going to get Denver Broncos Russell Wilson. You don't know if you're going to get last year's Russell Wilson. You don't know if you're going to get prime 20. Like, I think 2020 is his best season, Russell Wilson. Like, you just don't know what Russell Wilson you're going to get. You don't know, and it's not all just on him. It's how the defense plays, and like you said, the secondary can be iffy. So, and a lot of these teams are like high caliber offenses. They're going to put points on you. So, we just had to see how they're going to adjust. But I believe there's a world they go 1-16.
Yeah. Which is brutal because I do agree with JMO that like I don't think the Giants are that bad
Yeah,
at all.
I agree.
They're not
I
a
think
1
if they
16 football team. They're like if you
If
look
you-
at their
if-
roster, they're better than 1 16.
Yeah,
But-
it's just
Yeah.
they got screwed.
Yeah. I mean, their schedule, there's not even a lot of those like 50-50 coin flip games. It's
Uh,
just they play straight playoff teams. You have, the Bears, I think could be a good coin flip based off of how Caleb Williams.
The Raiders is a
playing.
coin flip.
The
The
Raiders is a
Bears-
coin flip.
Bears, Raiders, Saints. I think is a coin flip. Maybe Saints.
Yeah.
I'll give more of the edge to the Giants. Just skill diff. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be probably
And
Spencer
maybe they
Rattler.
take one of the two from Dallas.
That's what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
there's going to be a Dallas upset somewhere.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dak
Yeah.
Prescott's
I
going to
think
get
they might
hurt like
split
third
with
game of the
Washington.
season.
That's just me. I think they might split with Washington. They're not splitting with Philadelphia. Like, there's just no way. That's just, my.
I don't think that's
Look at
happened
it.
in 20 years.
Saquon loves playing against that team now.
Yes, he does. Yes,
Yeah.
he does. But, I mean, I'm going to be a little bit of a hater here. I don't think they have the worst shot in the world against the Niners either, right? Like, as long as they can contain the offense, which I don't think is going to be all that great. It depends what kind of Brock Purdy we get, right? But I'd see like maybe 8 wins on their schedule.
All right, we got to go through
Possibly.
this schedule. All right, we gotta
Possibly.
go through this
All right,
schedule.
let's go through it. Let's go through it.
All right, week 1 at Washington.
No, that's a loss.
No.
Week 2 at Dallas.
I think they beat Dallas in Dallas.
I
I
would-
think they lose that.
In
I would give
Dallas, no.
If they beat Dallas, I think it's the game in New York.
I was gonna say it's
Okay.
gonna be a week 18 flex game or like whatever this flex game's gonna be right here. That's when they beat Dallas. Is when they're at home.
Week 3, Kansas City comes to New York.
Yeah,
No.
no, probably not.
Week 4, the Chargers come
That's
to
a
New York.
tough first 4 games. Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
calling
no.
it now.
It doesn't get any easier.
Justin Herbert 328 yards, 4 touchdowns. I'm calling it now. This game right
All
here.
right, clip that.
Jim,
We got to clip
You
that.
you said that's a tough 4 games, and they haven't even played the Eagles yet.
That's fair.
At New Orleans. Honestly, that's a tough game.
Yeah,
Playing in New
I think
Orleans is a tough game also, but
I
Yeah.
think they win that game.
They should win that game.
Philadelphia, hell no.
No.
Denver,
Denver, no.
hell no.
Philly, no.
they
San
Philly,
Fran, yes.
they play Philly back.
Jamo, let me ask you this. Let me to counterpoint the San Fran. How do they move the ball against the Niners defense?
You got to just spray and pray that Malik Neighbors gets open, and hopefully your line can hold up for the run game.
I'm double covering Malik
Okay,
Neighbors
so
on my defense.
that's a loss. Okay, heard.
I don't think so. I truly think that their defense is going to cause havoc on Brock Purdy, and they're going to have, I don't really feel like they're going to be starting with god-awful field position.
I'm intrigued.
The defense is going to have to win them that game.
I'm intrigued to see how Cam Scatterboo is going to be. Also,
I think Cam
I think he's
Scatterboo's
gonna be
actually going to be good.
I think
They're
I was talking to my dad last night. He might be in chat, but I was talking to my dad last night, and he was talking about how he might be the next Mike Allstott, and I kind of liked what he said there. I said Peyton Hillis. He said Mike Allstott. I kind of like that actually. So we'll see how he ends up, but
week
I
10.
think he's
The
gonna be
Giants
good.
go to the Bears.
Yeah, they're beating Chicago. I'm not high on Chicago. I know
Yeah.
you guys are.
I don't like
I'm
Caleb
just
Williams.
not super high. Either do
I
don't
have
think
the
he's
Giants winning that game.
Green Bay. Depends what Jordan Love we get, right? Like
It's at home.
it's at home.
Maybe.
I mean, let's just
with
give
the
them
way-
every 50-50.
Yeah,
Like everyone we're
give 'em-
considering.
Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt. Give it to the
Yeah.
Giants.
At
Go to
Detroit,
Detroit.
I'm not keeping
absolutely
track
not.
where we at here. Yeah, they're not.
Detroit
touching
at home,
Detroit.
yeah. I won't say anything.
50-50 against the Patriots.
No, Patriots win that. What are you talking about? Come on now.
I think the Patriots win, but
I think
I
it's
wouldn't
I think
be
it's close.
shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I
yeah,
wouldn't be.
shocked if
It's
the Giants
prime
won that
time.
game.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was like a game-winning field goal. Like it's close and it comes down to a field goal to win the game.
I think Neighbors is going to get put on an island by Christian Gonzalez. I think he's going to be in hell that game.
Or Carlton Davis, but it should be Gonzo. If we're smart, it should be Gonzo.
Week 14 bye. Week 15, Washington goes to New York.
I mean,
It's Jane Daniels.
yeah.
But the question is, my question with Washington again is Scary Terry going to be there? He requested a trade, right? He requested a trade.
I've been
I
assuming.
know we've been under the assumption that he's going to be there, but I mean, if they don't pay him, they could be in a little bit of trouble.
Scary Terry's a future
You know?
Patriot. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, but I think against the Giants, it doesn't matter to me.
I think Debo himself could beat the Giants.
I don't think Terry McLaurin's absence is enough to flip that game against the Giants. But I do agree that without Terry, there is some problems in that wide receiver room.
Yeah.
Week 16, Minnesota goes to the Giants.
I mean,
You guys are going to think I'm crazy. I low-key think this is a toss-up game.
I'm the
Low-key.
highest on the Vikings, so I'll sit out.
Yeah.
But I think the Vikings.
we just don't know how JJ McCarthy's going to be
JJ.
yet. We just don't know how he's going to be
Yeah.
yet. He hasn't played an NFL game yet. But if week one this guy comes out slinging the rock, I'll pick
They're in
the
trouble.
Vikings here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick the
Well,
Vikings.
and it
here.
could also be like a Bo Nix thing where Bo Nix couldn't throw the football for like his first 4 games.
And then he was like
or
second.
whatever, and then
He should have
he's
been second.
fantastic
And
after
And
that.
my
offensive
thing is,
stuff. Yeah.
if JJ McCarthy isn't, playing all that great, who'd you resort to? Sam Howell? He hasn't really been all,
I thought they had
all that
someone
great
else.
either. Brett Rippon and
Are you
Max
for real?
Brumser,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
that quarterback room outside of JJ McCarthy
Oh
is,
my goodness.
they're really relying on JJ McCarthy to be great, and I like JJ McCarthy. I'm high on him, but again, first full season, who knows what's going to happen with him, right?
Give the rock to Jordan Addison at that point. I've seen him throw a touchdown before. I'm pretty sure.
Week 15, Giants go to Vegas.
They're
I have
beating,
them winning that game.
That's a toss up.
and they're beating Dallas.
And they
they're
beat
splitting
Dallas
with
at home.
Dallas.
Yeah.
That's 4.
That's 5 wins.
5 wins. 5 and
Yes.
12. I mean,
And that was giving them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of these teams they can't beat because they won't.
I just feel like somebody like Wandell Robinson or Jalen Haidt, they're gonna, one of those two, if they can figure it out, right? Like obviously this is a if, same thing if with, everything's an if right now with a lot of these
Yeah.
teams outside
Especially
of your
younger
main
teams.
contenders. Yeah, this is a young team, right? They
I
have an
would like
okay
to
offensive
mention
line. I'd say average
Hyatt
of pack.
has-
Oh yeah,
I
go.
would like to mention Hyatt has 4 in his career in 3 seasons. Or 2 seasons, sorry. And he had 80 yards last year.
I mean,
wow.
who was throwing the ball to him? Let's be real.
I mean,
Who was throwing the ball to Jalen Hyatt last year?
Hey, it didn't stop Malik
nobody
Neighbors.
could get it that far.
I mean, that is true, but you have
He's your burner guy, and if you can get him and Dart or Wilson or Winston all on the same page, one of those 3, like I think they,
yeah.
I don't know, I'm just high on them. I think that they obviously the schedule is brutal. I think they're gonna shock some people. I think they're gonna have an upset in there somewhere. They're probably gonna lose a game they should win.
Probably be
at
Philly.
Vegas. No, they're not. No, Saquon's gonna have
Maybe
800
they
total
take-
yards. in those
Saquon
2
will never
games.
lose I'm gonna get clipped so hard here.
800 yards in those 2 games.
I'm gonna get clipped so hard here, but I don't think Saquon ever loses to the Giants ever again.
No.
For the rest
I
of his
don't think
career.
he will either.
If they lose the Giants, Saquon's not playing.
I mean, that's valid. I mean, Saquon he'll do it himself. He'll go under center if he has to. He's not going to lose to those guys.
Yeah.
He'll be out in the fourth quarter in both of those games probably.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit here. I've been talking about this team a lot. I think last episode is when we first started talking about NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I really think the Bucks are really good this year. I know I'm gonna be talking about this team all year. I love this team. I like the offense. The defense can use a little bit of help in the secondary, I think. But that D line with Vita Vea, like I think that D line's really good. I think they have good linebackers. Looking at the schedule, it's not really that bad. Like looking at the schedule, it's a playoff team.
I mean, they have one of the I don't want to say easier, but it's not it's not in the top tier of hardest schedules in the world. I mean, you get Atlanta, Houston, New York, your first 3. Good possibility you're 3-0.
Yeah, good
Great
possibility.
At worst, 2-1 if C.J. Stroud is C.J. Stroud of
back to
his
C.J. Stroud
year
this
instead of his
year.
sophomore year. Yeah.
I would like to see C.J. Stroud back. By the way, I think he's really good. I like C.J. Stroud. Seattle. I mean, I think their first loss comes to Philly, but then again, it's Philly.
I think they beat us.
And it's like their kryptonite for some reason. So
I think they get upset by Seattle for their first loss.
That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna be some type of Cooper Cup. I don't know. San Francisco. I have them beating San Francisco. Sorry, Danny.
I mean, the Niners-Seattle games. I feel like if the Niners are good, regardless, it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I mean, their last, not to skip games, but their last 5 games, 4 of the 5 are divisional, and they should just run the table. They should run the table with.
The tables are hot looking at this, bro. Like my betting, my sports betting is ringing me right now.
Carolina's going to put up the best fight, I think. You know.
If any team in that division is probably going to Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt, but we just had some breaking news. Keenan Allen is going back to the Chargers on a 1.
Whoa. Yeah, give me the Chargers to the AFC Championship. All right.
The guy's gonna. I love Keenan Allen. Is he gonna play more than 5 games?
Oh,
6, 7, 8 games.
More. Right? I don't know if I can break this breaking news on a sports podcast, but I think I have to. I think I have to. FaZe are eyeing Surge Duo to rebuild around Simp for Black Ops 7, and I think they're talking about 04 and NEP.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're talking about 04
and
Abuza. They're talking about 04 and Abuza.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I know we don't cover. I know it's baseball, football, but we watched a little bit of CDL. For anyone who doesn't know, it's Call of Duty. It's roster mania right now, so we have the notifications on. That's big. That's big. So yeah,
that's big. That's big in the COD world. A little kind of back this FaZe trio. They had a trio of Simp, Abizi, and Celium. They finally split after, what was it, 5 years, 6 years, something crazy like that.
6 dominant years.
6 years.
I wouldn't say dominant,
Tom Brady's
but you know what
Patriots in the think of Tom Brady's Patriots. That's kind of how FaZe was.
Yeah.
Like just those 3 persons, but like just a quick little tidbit if any of you guys watch COD. But
anyway, Bucks, one of my favorite teams to watch this year. Another team I want to look at. We talked about them earlier when we were talking about the Chargers. I like the Broncos. I mean, looking at the schedule, I think it really comes down to the offense. I trust Bo Nix personally. I think he was the second best rookie quarterback last year. I don't think that's our argument. No? Any arguments?
No.
It was Jaden Daniels and him.
After the first 4 weeks, he was great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Looking at the schedule, it's kind of tough for the Broncos, but I think that defense will really will them to wins. Not saying that their offense is bad, but I think that defense is really good. It's the best defense in the division. I think that they can will into wins.
They
They
play the
added,
worst division in football.
yeah, they added J.K. Dobbins, which I think will really help the running back room. He's really good. I think if I remember correctly, he's really good out of the backfield. Like he's really good like receiving also. So that might help if they need it. They just recently signed Cortland Sutton to an extension, so maybe he will play football this year. Even though I think he was good last year, but there was also a
Yeah,
Marvin Mims. There was a huge Marvin Mims resurgence at the end of the season last year that I don't think gets talked, or not resurgence, but like upcoming. I don't know how to, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, Marvin Mims just went off. Like that, watching that Bengals Broncos game last year, it was all Marvin Mims. It was really fun to watch. But I think the Broncos are a really good team this year. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the playoffs. Just yeah, that's all I have. I have Broncos and
Yeah,
Bucks.
my concern with the Broncos comes with the offense.
Yeah, that's why it's all.
While Bo Nix, I think we can all agree was the second best quarterback. I don't think he had the second best ceiling of the quarterbacks. I think the second best ceiling, in my opinion, was actually Drake May. Just like the plays that he was making in New England, I was impressed by. And maybe that's because, and I guess you could say the same thing about May, but the weapons just aren't great in Denver. They did go out and sign Evan Ingram, which should help. But I don't have as much faith in Marvin Mims as X does. I think he's good, but I think he's better as a 3 than a 2. And I think what's going to ultimately this Denver team is I think they didn't address the wide receiver that they had enough off season.
All they really did was extend Sutton. They didn't like try to attack for a receiver. There was some good receivers on the market too, I think.
Yeah, and good wide receivers in the draft.
Apparently
I
they
was,
didn't. The only two teams that went for Godwin were the Patriots and the Bucks, and he went back to the Bucks,
Yeah.
of course. But
and,
I think
and
Godwin,
the Patriots offered him more money.
yeah. But I think it's just more like a loyalty type thing.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen. I mean, he literally just got signed. I think. I mean, it's Keenan Allen. He's old. He's getting there. But I think
He would have been
just
great for
a
them.
veteran sitting in a young wide receiver core would have been really nice to have. I don't know if I'm tripping there, but I think you have a young wide receiving core like the Broncos do, other than Cortland Sutton. I mean, he's still young anyway, but having someone like Keenan Allen in that core would have really helped that wide receiving core. But
Yeah, I would agree. Because I actually like Bo Nix a lot. I thought he was a bit disrespected coming out, and everyone was kind of like, "Why did this guy go here? He's old. He's a 5th-year star."
I remember everyone
He
like
ran
talking bad about Sean Payton and everything.
he went or he like played in an easy system at Oregon, this, that, and the other.
Look
I
at
liked him a
Herbert.
lot coming out, and I mean he showed a lot. I just worry about what his ceiling is, Rec, since he is a bit older. Like, how much better does he get besides just like the knowledge aspect, I guess. So I do have them winning 10 games. I have them making the but they concern me a bit.
I agree.
All right, I got a question for you, gentlemen. How about we
Shoot.
make a division tier list, right? We do the Locker Room Pod division tier list. We got, winner, second, third, fourth, just predict kind of how we think the divisions are gonna go.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean I have
I'm
my
keen.
divisions.
Yeah.
What division do we want to start with?
Uh,
I think we just go down the line. I think we start with the good old AFC East and just work our way down.
Rick, you can start.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have, shocker, the Bills in first, 12-5, sweeping the division. I have the Patriots at 9-8, just missing the playoffs, as the 9 seed. Dolphins at 6-11. And that's assuming Tua stays healthy. I think that defense is good this year. I think Mike McDaniel might be looking at San Francisco, hoping that Kyle Shanahan welcomed him back like he did Salah.
Yeah, he's on the hot seat
And then
this year.
Yes, he is. His press
I
conferences have
have-
been crazy this year.
Yeah.
I have the Jets winning 3 games, and I think I was a bit generous with.
A little bit too generous.
Yeah. I mean, I have records different, but that's the exact order I have it.
Yeah, that's the order. That's the order I have my AFC Eastern as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree there, but I guess unbiasedly agree there. I mean, the Bills are just a better team. I
I do think the Patriots are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
But
think they
um,
can sneak in.
They make
I
it.
think they sneak in.
I think they sneak in over someone like the Steelers. But I don't think the Bills sweep the division. I think the Patriots actually beat them one time.
I think they. Yeah, I could see a split there. I think they sweep Miami, sweep the Jets, but I think New
wouldn't be
England can.
surprised
yeah.
I think they split with the Patriots, and that's being biased.
I don't think
I
it's being
wouldn't be
biased at all. I
I
wouldn't call it
think-
be
biased.
surprised.
I
The
think
Week
this
15
December
game, that's
14th.
in New
Yeah,
England.
yep.
Yeah, that's coming off a bye. I wouldn't
Exactly
be
what I'm saying.
surprised. Yeah,
I think they
wouldn't be
lose.
surprised.
I think they lose the game in Buffalo, but we win the game in New England or Foxborough. But Patriots
I mean, yeah, pretty.
have a pretty good
consensus
schedule.
there, Yeah.
I won't lie. Patriots have a pretty good schedule. Like this could really easily be a playoff
Very
team.
good. Very good.
This could be a very good playoff team. I'm not gonna lie to you. They
As long as
play.
Drake May continues to shine, I think they're going to be. I think they have a very underrated receiver core. Obviously, they're young, a lot of new guys, but
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this team
I
play.
think they can make some noise.
I don't think I've been this excited to watch a team play in a long time because I hated Mac Jones. My God, that was
Niner
so many.
legend.
That was so many years of depression. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
No,
AFC
I
South next?
feel it.
Yeah,
we can do the
AFC
AFC South next.
Um,
I got the
I'll-
Texans winning the division.
yeah, I would agree.
Same.
You guys are not gonna. I know Rick definitely not, but I have the Colts getting second, Titans in third, Jags in fourth. Or actually, no, Titans in fourth, Jags in third. Sorry.
I have
I
the
just-
same as
I-
Primo.
I don't think the Titans or Jags are just. I don't think the Colts are gonna even sniff the playoffs this year. I think they're at best, 8-9, 9-8, maybe if they get lucky, right? But I see the Titans maybe winning 2-3 games, Jags 4, maybe 5, and that's just kind of how I see it. Obviously a little biased, but I think the AFC South outside the Texans is pretty weak yet again.
I have the Texans at 10-7, have the Jags at 7-10, the Colts at 4-13, and the Titans at 3. I have significantly, and I don't think it's remotely close, more faith in the Jags offense than I do the Colts. And the Colts defense again wasn't great last year. I didn't love the hire that they made. They hired the Bengals DC that just got hired because he allowed 5 points per game. I like Liatu Latu, the Colts edge rusher. They
Zaire
have
Franklin's
DeForest
still there, right?
Buckner, who's still good.
Yeah,
Zaire
we
Franklin
got
is still there?
Buckner's. Yeah, Zaire Franklin, Grover Stewart. They're good up the middle. Their problem last year was I was not a big fan of the DC last year, as Rick, Danny, you guys know from my crash outs in the group chat. But I think again the secondary for me it's scary. We don't have a true corner outside of Kenny Moore, and he's a nickel. He's the slot guy who is covering your Jacksons, your JSNs, those type of receivers. It's just the outside guys who I really have questions about. But we did bring in Travarius Ward. I do like him from the Niners. Obviously, Danny, you probably have
It's a huge signing.
maybe a little bit of a different say. And then I also like the Cam Bynum signing, right? Like was decent with the Vikings, and I just don't see a world where this defense doesn't at least get a little bit better than they were last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm very similar to Rick records wise, but I do have the Colts ending above the Jaguars. It's not a good division,
Mm-mm.
to put things bluntly.
I
Like
think
Rick
it's by
said,
It's
far
the
the
worst
worst
division in football.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the worst
By
division in
far.
football.
I think you can pick the Colts, Jaguars, or Titans to be second, and they could go 6-11, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, I have it going Colts second, Jaguars 3, Titans fourth. As long as the Texans are 1, I think really any order is fine
Yeah,
in the AFC South.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
it's just there's not
this.
much. That division is just not good.
Yeah. Diego, you are very delusional for saying that Daniel Jones is a dark horse MVP candidate. I don't know.
That's
That,
crazy.
yeah. But I have Houston.
He's not a fan of Ward.
Yeah. I have Houston, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, Tennessee. I don't think I've seen enough of Anthony Richardson to even put him close, but I do know that that team is better than the Titans because that Titans team is abysmal. But I haven't seen enough of Anthony Richardson play football. He's been hurt both years, and all I've seen is Joe Flacco sling the rock in Indianapolis. So
This is his year,
unless
man. This is his year.
you said that last year, anyway.
I know I did.
Um,
I know I did.
I haven't
I'm
seen
never
enough
gonna
of.
lose faith in him, man.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen enough of Anthony Richardson play football to put him above someone like Trevor Lawrence. Not saying that Trevor Lawrence is great, but I do hope for a Trevor Lawrence resurgence because I kind of miss when that guy is good at football.
I
Yeah,
would
I'm-
agree
I'm-
with X. I think the difference maker for me between the Colts and the Jags was Trevor Lawrence. While neither team has particularly a good defense, if I need my offense to score 30 points to win this game, I'm sorry, Jamo. I have significantly more trust in the Jags than I do the Colts.
I mean,
I get
I
that
get
they
that.
have Jonathan
No, I get
Taylor,
that.
but Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter,
Travis Etienne.
Travis
A-
Etienne, Tank Bigsby,
A
Trevor
capable
Lawrence
quarterback.
in general.
A
Yeah,
capable
exactly.
quarterback.
Like
My bad, JMO.
that's my big difference between I can't say the big words.
Differential.
Difference between the Jags and the Colts. Even
I
though
definitely
the
see where you
Colts
guys
are
are coming
the
from.
Jags.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to be a little biased with my Colts, right? I don't think they're going to have a winning record. I think the Texans are going to be the only team with a winning record in that division. I'm a big Anthony Richardson guy. I know he hasn't shown us a lot, but his potential is there. He has all the tools. He has the athleticism. It's can he finally stay on the field and can he put it all together?
Is he going to tap out again this year?
Dude, he threw off a 300-pound man off his back. I'd tap out too.
What other quarterback does that?
I mean,
I'm
I
just
couldn't
asking.
tell.
Like that's why I hate him so much because I think that's a terrible look. You got Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson 50 yards before the pass, and they're the first one back in the huddle.
So
Respectfully, I think that was weak from Anthony Richardson to tap out of that game in a must-score drive. My
counter argument to that.
I wish him the best, but I think he's out of the NFL.
My counter argument to that is he just was coming back from injury a game or two before that, and the Colts wanted him to be more protected of him. Like he wanted them to, be more careful. Obviously, he did not do it in a great way. I'm not condoning it whatsoever. But I think Pat McAfee obviously it's a big deal when you're, supposed to be franchise quarterback taps out. But I think if Pat McAfee doesn't blow it up in the water for, 5 months of the season, I don't think it's talked about as much as it, was. But when you tell your franchise guy, like, hey, we want you to be healthy, like, if you're not feeling it, like, let us know, and he let him know, and then the whole, community just, oh, yeah, this guy sucks, da-da-da-da-da-da, all that jazz.
Yeah, my opinion of it is, like, I don't remember the exact situation, but you're telling me you weren't in condition enough to throw a screen pass or hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, had to call in to do that for him. I'm just super not a fan of that. Like, I put myself in the shoes of the other players on the team, and if the guy that is viewed as the most important player on the field was the most important position is tapping out of the game and waving the white flag, what kind of message does that send to the rest of the
No, I definitely see both sides, right? I see both sides. I don't know. I just think that he was doing what he was told. Obviously, he wasn't told to tap out, but he was told to protect himself, take care of himself. If that's what he felt was necessary, he definitely should have went about it a different way. I don't know. I just think that it kind of got blown up a little bit more than, maybe it should have. Obviously, he's probably the first guy to ever do that. Well, first quarterback to ever do that. But that's just my kind of thoughts on it.
We can move on to a different
Yeah.
I think we do the hardest division in my opinion.
Which one's that?
NFC
North?
North. NFC North.
Oh, the NFC North.
Oh, wait, we're not finishing the AFC?
And we might as well just finish the AFC.
I guess we already talked about the West, so we don't have to talk about the West again, right?
Yeah, just talk about the North.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about the North. AFC North.
I have the Ravens finishing 14-3, Steelers 12-5, Bengals 10-7, missing the playoffs as the 8th seed, and the Browns somehow winning 3 games. I don't even remember how I got.
I think I have the Browns going 1-16 with their win against the Saints, to be honest.
Are we saying the Saints are the worst team in football?
Yes.
No, I think the Browns are worse, to be honest, but
no way
still.
they go 0-17, right?
There's a chance. This is the most 0-17 possible team.
The Saints have
during
one
the
upset a
preseason.
year where they beat someone in the division like it's a blowout.
Yeah, they'll randomly put 50 on somebody.
I have to agree, except that I have Baltimore 1, I have Bengals 2, Pittsburgh 3, Cleveland 4.
That's what I have.
Cleveland,
I have that.
I have Cleveland like worst team in baseball. Oh, nice. In football, behind or like not even like behind or ahead of the Saints. They're the same. It's the same caliber, not caliber, but same team basically. I just think that the Browns have a quarterback that can get them a win over the Saints, who have Spencer Rattler. Not downplaying Spencer Rattler, but that guy still needs a little bit of time to develop.
The Browns have like 5 quarterbacks, and none of them are top 40.
Yeah, they just signed another one today.
They just signed Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, it was Tyler Huntley.
The main difference between the Bengals and the Steelers for me is the Steelers have I'll leave it as competent offense and elite defense. The Bengals have an elite offense with, in my opinion, a Division III level defense. They didn't do anything to try to strengthen the defense. They let the guy that led the team in tackles walk. Trey Hendrickson, has he shown up to practice yet, or is he still
No, he's still
down
out.
in Miami?
No,
I believe he's still out.
he's listed as their 3rd stringer on their initial depth chart.
They finally signed their 1st-round pick 2 months after every other NFL. I think this is I can't say the worst ran franchise, but I do think it's one of the 5 worst ran franchises. And I think it's absolute malpractice what the Bengals have done to Joe Burrow, because that guy deserves to be playing football in January, and he has us 4 lining up on defense and getting every snap. Until they improve the defense and they get to a league average, I can't justify putting this team anywhere near the playoffs.
I think if
so. My thing with the 1st-round pick is, I don't think that was all on them. They put a clause in there saying if you get a felony charge, you're not getting all of your guaranteed money. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Stay out of trouble. Like, that's just my opinion on it.
No other contract signed by a rookie has ever.
I get that. I think
it's never been included.
Well, because it wasn't just if you committed a felony or anything. It was if you were suspended at all,
injured,
or had any conduct detrimental to the team, they were allowed to release you without paying your guarantee money, or without paying the money. So,
and they can be extremely arbitrary with what they consider conduct
Detrimental
to the team, because they could say what Trey Hendrickson's doing is conduct detrimental to the team, holding out and not showing up to practice. Like, I think it's absurd that they tried to fit that clause in. I get that it's a minor clause and it's easy to just abide by the rules, but this is a clause that's never been added into a single contract.
Well, it almost happened with Roquan Smith. I don't know if we remember that. They tried having it where if he got suspended or ejected from a game, or if he got ejected from a game, they could void like his salary for a certain percentage. And if he got suspended, they could just completely void the year, which is insane that they tried doing that. But it is the Chicago Bears at the end of the day. We're talking about sort of the different sides of the same coin when it comes to those teams. But yeah, like Rick's saying, I mean, you just can't put that in a rookie contract, I don't think.
Yeah, we're strong arming a rookie to putting a clause in a contract that's never been. And not to just hag on that, but like they had a bottom 5 defense in football last year, and the only addition they made was drafting a rookie that has 3 career sacks. Like, that was their big addition. They didn't add any corners. They didn't add any safeties. They lost their leading tackler and didn't replace him. I get that, like, Bengals fans will say, oh, like, Jermaine Pratt wasn't that good last year. No one was good on your defense, and you didn't even replace him. So the guys you already had weren't better than him. How is losing him going to help?
The only good person at defense was Trey Henderson and not paying him.
They did make a mistake by not paying him, 2 years ago? Last year, whatever, because now they kind of screwed themselves with what they wanted to do, because now with Myles Garrett's deal, TJ Watt's deal, that's where Trey Hendrickson is for me. Like, he's in the top echelon of, defensive ends in the game. I think we could probably all agree on that. So they definitely they definitely did not do themselves any favors at all with that.
And look, something I want to talk about, right? Because, and I know I just went on a rant about how bad the Bengals defense is. Yes, it is terrible. But I think, and there's some Joe Burrow fans here, so I'm gonna get some hate. But I don't care. I'll defend myself. But the fact that we're just using the defense as the excuse for the fact that he misses the playoffs is actually, like, kind of weird. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we've seen quarterbacks with worse defenses make the playoffs. The Bengals last year were 25th in points per game. The Eagles, the year that they broke down and lost the Bucs in the playoffs and you got blown out, they had the 30th ranked defense. Jalen Hurts carried that team to 11 wins. Like, but Joe Burrow can't do it with the 25th ranked defense. If he doesn't make the playoffs this year, we're going to have some conversations about it, and Joe Burrow himself, because at some point you have to will the team to the playoffs. Like,
I mean,
they haven't had a top 5 offense points per game under Joe Burrow. But this is the best offense in football.
I mean, the guy, I don't think you can put the blame on Burrow. He threw for 5,000 yards last year, 43 touchdowns and 9 picks. He got sacked 48 times. Like, he doesn't have the greatest offensive line, and I think throwing for 5,000 yards, I think he did all he could to get his team to the playoffs last year. Obviously, they're not scoring a lot, but, like, when you're throwing for 5,000 yards, completing 70% of your passes, only throwing 9 picks, like, I don't know what else you kind of want from him.
Find a way. And maybe I feel passionately about this because, like, I've had to listen to people say that Jalen Hurts carried by his super team or whatever, and, like, he has yet
Which
to miss
I don't
the
agree
playoffs,
with. I think
but
Jalen Hurts has been great for you guys.
The Steelers game, week 12, Joe Burrow throws a pick, they lose by 1 score. Let's see what else. Let's see. Overtime loss, Joe Burrow throws a pick. It's like I'm nitpicking here, but at some point you have to find a way to win these overtime games. They went twice. They only won one of them. They lost a handful of one-score games. They're losing games to New England where their defense only allowed 16 points. New England was atrocious last year.
Yeah, that loss was really
Joe
bad for them.
Joe Burrow
I
threw
can't
for
defend him for that
164
one.
yards.
I can't defend him for that one.
It's at some point you have to show up and will your team to the playoffs.
I think one last thing I'm going to say is they did not have T. Higgins until week, I think, like 9 last year, 8 or 9 last year. And then, you look at the rest of, kind of that receiving core outside of Jamar Chase. You got, let me pull it up here.
T. Higgins played 12 games, but he plays 12 games every year. I'm not even joking. He's never played more than 13 games.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, he is not.
Like, T. Higgins is going to play 12 games this year. That's what's just going to happen. But you have Jamar Chase. Losing T. Higgins should not be an excuse. You have, in what a lot of people's opinion is, the best wide receiver in football and a guy that won the Triple Crown. You can't just double him and take him out of the game. I don't know. Look, I'm giving him he has this year to finally will his team to the playoffs and get them there. I'm not even saying win a playoff game because at that point it's very difficult to do without a defense. But not even just Jalen Hurts. We have seen quarterbacks with bad defenses get their teams to the playoffs. Rodgers did it in Green Bay for a decade and didn't miss the playoffs once.
2016 Patriots.
I don't remember that.
Was your defense atrocious that year?
I don't think our defense was the greatest.
Let me see. 2016. You were first in points against. Let me check the other years. Maybe 2015 when you were 10th. I don't know. Regardless, we've seen quarterbacks with bad defenses still make the playoffs. The defense excuse comes when you can't get over the hump in the playoffs and beat playoff teams in January. There is no excuse why he can't make the playoffs. We can move on. That's my rant about Joe Burrow, but we can move on.
You two up there got anything to add about the whole Joe Burrow thing?
I mean, I do get it to a degree. It's hard to call someone an elite quarterback, like top of the top, when you're not consistently getting your team into the playoffs. And, I do think it goes both ways. I think people argue either way based off of whatever helps their opinion, because to Rick's argument, Burrow not playing in the playoffs makes him a worse quarterback because he can't get his team there, And I've seen it go the other way where a lot of people argue, well, this shows just how bad Burrow's teams are. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Herbert,
you see
with
the
Herbert.
Playoffs can't win a playoff game. Like it does go both ways. But Joe Burrow's talent just on football field is too good for him in 5 years to make the playoffs twice. Mm-hmm. I get that he tore his ACL his rookie year, and then he missed some time in 2023. But 2023, they weren't going to make the playoffs anyway. He played 10 games. They were 5-5. They weren't a playoff team anyway. At some point, and maybe this is just my desire to see him in the playoffs again, but he just find a way to get his team there.
Yeah. And I do think this goes back to the beginning point of the Bengals just having some organizational malpractice of not getting, it's okay for your franchise QB to have bad games. Get him a defense that doesn't have to be elite. Like Rick said, it doesn't have to be this good defense because
league average.
Yeah, just get him a league average defense. And again, they went into this offseason, they're not paying Trey Hendrickson. And then they do that whole Shamar Stewart thing while not paying Trey Hendrickson. it's not a well-ran team. We keep going
No.
back to that point, but it's just not a well-ran team.
I think that's kind of what it all comes down to. But we already talked about the AFC West a little bit, but let's just get
Yeah, we
our
can jump o-
official.
we can
Yeah,
jump
just
over.
get, or we can just get our
AFC.
quick ones down. We've talked about it enough.
Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders.
I got Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, and Raiders.
I have Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
Broncos, Chargers,
I-
Chiefs, Raiders.
I will say I have one game like dividing all three of these teams. I have 12 and 5, 11
Yeah,
and 6,
like
and
it's gonna
7,
be
but-
whoever. It's gonna be whoever unfortunately gets swept by one of those other two teams. Like that's that's gonna make or break how that order goes.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be the closest division in football. But
what hurt
NFC
Denver for me is I had them going 5 in the.
yeah. NFC East. I got the Eagles. Where's my second place team? Where's my second place team? Yeah, it's Washington. I don't know why they got moved down. Yeah, I got
And then
the
Dallas,
Eagles. I got
Giants.
Washington, Dallas, New York.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still pretty high on New York, but
I have Eagles 11 and 6 as the 4 seed in the NFC. Commanders 10 and 7 as the 7 seed. Cowboys 7 and 10, and Giants 5 and 12.
I have the Cowboys second. And not necessarily because I think the Cowboys are going to be good this year. I think they're going to be similar to last year. Like, I think they're going to be fine, especially with Dak. I just think there's going to be a little sophomore slump out of the Commanders. Like JMO said, not paying Terry McLaurin is an interesting strategy.
yeah, I mean, if they don't get him back, I see them.
I think
see them
Dallas
getting
not
third.
paying Mike is even more of an interest
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
because
but
not to interrupt, but I think a Micah trade is significantly more.
yeah,
I mean, I would
because-
go.
It seems like with the way Micah's post read, I don't know if you guys actually read the entire
yeah,
post.
I read it.
it.
He wants out bad.
It
Yeah.
seems like the connection is broken.
Yeah, it did
between
not
him
sound like a
and
please pay
the-
me.
Yeah, that sounded like a I don't care what you for me, I'm not type of situation. And honestly, I think it's insane that the owner of the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, going out in and just straight bad mouthing his players. I think that's a terrible look for free agents wanting to come to the team, players deciding if they're signed for. I think that's just a dirty way to do negotiations, and I'm just really not a fan of that. Just like bias aside.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree. It's just, I don't know. I feel like the Commanders will just have a little bit of a down year, and it will overall be a good down year for them.
Dallas offense would be good. Getting Dak back.
Yeah.
George Pickens.
Dak, I still think Dak's a good quarterback. I mean,
So do I.
I'm done acting like he's this terrible quarterback. I think
It's a fun-
Dak's good.
It's a fun joke, but he's
I-
actually like good.
I do think Cowboys fans occasionally put him in conversations he does not belong, which is where a lot of the hate comes in. But I do think he's one of those like top of tier 2 guys.
Yeah,
And-
I would personally. We can do a quarterback ranking show another time, but I would have him somewhere between like 11 and 15.
Yeah.
Without like getting a list out and actually doing it right now, somewhere between there. Like I have
Yeah.
him in the same tier as like Baker.
But for the Commanders, I mean, I just don't really like their team that much comparatively to the Cowboys.
They're so old.
I mean, yeah, they are a very old team. I will say, Laramie Tunsil is very cool that you have Laramie Tunsil as your left tackle now.
Yeah, that's a great.
But defensively, I'm sorry. I get Bobby Wagner's been very good, has been defying age.
That guy's like 90,
I just,
dude.
he just has to regress
Ow.
to your right.
Yeah,
I mean,
him and
he's
Fred Warner both
35.
have to, right?
Calm down. They have Von Miller, who I did. Von
He's
Miller
ring
didn't
chasing,
show
bro.
me
He's
much.
ring
Yeah,
chasing.
he didn't show me much last year. Javon Kinlaw is one of their listed starting defensive tackles. I don't know how long that lasts until someone like Jerzon Newton takes over,
Yeah,
but
I think Jerzon Newton will be the second pick.
yeah, but like I don't know. It's not much more to me than I just prefer the Cowboys this year, and I'm fine with that being an unpopular take.
Yeah, I have concerns
Yep.
about Washington's pass rush. They lost Jonathan Allen, who, in my opinion, when healthy, was a pass rush. And they've still failed to replace Montez Sweat and Chase Young. And I get those guys aren't like world beaters off the edge, but look,
They were at least they're
Von
better than what they have now.
Miller in 2025 as
It
an
doesn't
Eagles
move
fan
me.
does not scare me. And that's not even because the O-line Patriots. And I saw Von Miller rushing me like he it's not 2015 Von.
All right. NFC North, gentlemen. The NFC North.
I think people are going to disagree.
All right, let's hear X's take first. X,
okay. Yep.
okay.
No, yeah, go ahead, X.
Wow. I think it's the hardest division in football. I think 3 of these teams are all playoff contenders. Maybe just 2, but I'm gonna take. Give me the Vikings 1. I want to. If JJ McCarthy performs well, I think that offense is star-studded. Give me the Vikings 1, Detroit 2, Green Bay 3, Chicago 4.
That's exactly how I have it.
But if JJ
Minnesota
McCarthy
goes from 1, yeah.
if JJ McCarthy is Daniel Jones, give me the Detroit 1.
Yeah, give me Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, or
No,
it all
I
depends on
I
JJ McCarthy plays.
I'm still putting Chicago 4. I don't care.
Yeah, no, Chicago's always at 4 for me. But I think Green Bay surpasses Minnesota if JJ McCarthy isn't what I think a lot of people think he's going to be. Because I personally, I love him. I loved watching him at Michigan. I think he's going to be great. Hopefully, he gets to play this full season. And if he does and he plays to, how people are talking about him, I think they win this division.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be kind of by myself by picking Minnesota, but maybe I have them finishing better than you. I have them at 14-3, the 1 seed in the NFC. I think JJ McCarthy. I said it last week on the show, but if Sam Darnold can run that offense, JJ McCarthy offense, and I firmly believe that. And from what I've seen from Vikings camp and Vikings reporters kind of talking about him, JJ McCarthy has looked really good this summer. And look, it's hard to look bad when you're throwing to Jordan Addison, who I don't know if we talked about, but is going to miss 3
he will
games.
miss.
He is suspended for I forget what, but he's suspended 3 games.
PEDs, I think, or something with the drug stuff. I think. Yeah,
abuse
substances,
policy.
not drugs. Yeah,
Speaking of
substance
Jordan
abuse.
Addison, has to be like this top 5-2 in the league, right?
I'm a big Jordan
Yeah.
Addison guy.
Not
If
not in
5,
any order.
he's 8.
Smith, Adams, Pickens. Stop me when someone isn't better than Jordan Addison. Chris Godwin, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle.
I'll stop you there.
Yeah. I'm not a.
That's-
I like
that's 7.
Waddle, but
That's
I think.
7.
I think
Yeah.
Addison and Waddle are like the same tier.
Yeah,
I would take
I
Addison
would
over
take-
Waddle.
I would take Waddle personally, but
yeah, I'd take Addison, but it's
Addison.
close.
Yeah.
I don't think you lose or gain anything by having either of them if you flip flopped them.
I think deep threat, I'm taking Addison. But if I want I don't know. I like Addison a lot. He's my go-to 4th round pick in fantasy.
Yeah.
But so second I have Detroit 12-5, Green Bay 10-7, and the Bears at 7-10. I do think Chicago has an outside chance to finish third in this division, maybe second, depending on how Caleb Williams looks. I know there's been clips going around of looking not great, but the talent is still there on why he got. So I still have faith. They really beefed up that offensive line. I love the Ben Johnson hire. I agree with Danny. I think DJ Moore is going to be a lot better this year. That defense.
Danny, did you say what yours was?
No, and
Okay,
it's
I
very
couldn't
different
remember.
from everyone else in here. I have the Lions one still. I know I personally in the offseason I was saying, it's the Lions' downfall. Losing Ben Johnson, losing Aaron Glenn. I still have the Lions as the 1 seed. Now, I don't think they're a contender this year. I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. But I still think they're a really good team. And then I have the Bears, number 2, as my 7 seed in the NFC. I really like the Bears. I really like Caleb Williams' fit with Ben Johnson. We saw a little bit of a sort of college version of it with Cliff Kingsbury and Caleb Williams at USC. And I like the Bears this year as a team. I really like their defense, all things considered. And then my 3 seed's the Packers. I've been very outspoken. I don't like Jordan Love.
Yeah.
He
I
still
think
has
the worst
horrendous footwork in year 6.
Sorry, somebody was knocking at my door. Some salesman dude trying to sell me something.
I hate to
"Leave,
interrupt,
bro."
but I got breaking news.
Ooh, more breaking
no.
news.
It was kind of announced last week or last show, but it's officially official. ESPN is officially acquiring NFL Network Red Zone and fantasy product from NFL. It was just announced 5 minutes
If they
ago.
get rid of Scott Hansen, I will lose my marbles.
They officially just announced it about 5 minutes ago. But yeah, they officially have it. ESPN has officially acquired all that. So
To talk on that, because I did do some reading, that won't take effect until about 6 to 9 months. So Red Zone will still be on NFL Network this season.
Bless.
But I am similar to JMO, where I'm very concerned about what they're gonna do to Red Zone.
if I
We
see
already saw
commercials on Red
commercials
Zone,
last year. We
Yeah.
saw them last year at times, and
I never
it
saw a
was-
commercial.
They did it towards the end of the year.
Yeah. They
But
sneak them in there for a little bit.
I really hope that they don't throw it on ESPN Plus. Like, there's a lot of things that they could do with Red Zone that it could just ruin the product.
Yeah, no, and I mean that's just the way a lot of us watch football now. Like you get all eight, afternoon or early time games, and it's just there's nothing better than
Nothing's-
sitting talking to
nothing's
your
better than
boys
the
watching the
Octobox.
games. The Octobox, the Witchy Hour,
7 hours
don't
of
give me Stephen A.
commercial-free
Smith.
football.
Commercial-free football starts
Starting
now.
Now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better than that. But
If I see Stephen A. Smith over my Patriots game, I'm throwing a rock at my TV.
I'm gonna have like eight different games up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to. My PC's not gonna be able to handle. I'll have to buy
We
another
have
PC.
2 divisions left, right?
Yep.
This one should be
The
fast.
NFC South.
This one should be
I mean,
fast.
Bucks. I got
Does
Bucks,
anyone not have the
Panthers.
Bucks winning?
Does anyone
No.
not have the Bucks in first place? Okay. Does anyone have the Saints
Not
not
have
in
this-
fourth?
Yep.
And everyone
then
has
2,
Carolina
3.
too.
Yep.
All right,
I have
all right.
Carolina 3. I have
I
Carolina.
have
3.
Carolina 3.
I have Carolina
So
too.
it's a split. So do I.
All right, NFC
I have
West.
the
Again,
Falcons
it's
7 and 10 and Panthers 6 and 11.
it's the
They're the
AFC
same team to me.
It's the AFC South with a better Buccaneers team than the Texans team. Like that's really.
Yeah.
I'm taking the
if
Panthers over the
Buccaneers
Colts.
don't-
I
If
think
the
the
Bucks
Panthers
don't
and the
win.
Falcons are both better than 90% of the AFC South, or I guess 75%.
This is the second worst division in football, though, I will say.
Oh yeah. That's what I was trying to get at. Like there's a clear winner, and then there's just 3.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And then
NFC
the
West.
last one, Danny. We got the NFC West. You got the Niners. We'll let you start it off here, pal.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I have the Niners number one. I did when I was going through schedules for the NFC West. I did try to look at it unbiased, and again, I've been saying it. There is a scenario where they're not good at all next year, and I am prepared for that. But overall, off of what's been coming out from training camp, the team has a completely different mentality. They were very cocky going into last year. They thought they were just gonna walk through the NFC, and they had a big wake-up call. I think Robert Saleh makes them a lot more focused. So I do have the Niners number one.
A big addition for you guys.
Yep. I have the Rams number two. Probably the best team in the NFC West, just roster-wise. But
Their schedule sucks.
yeah, but the Niners, somehow, the very few games you don't have similar with your divisional opponents, the Niners have noticeably easier matchups. So I have the Rams 2, Seahawks 3. I'm not moved by them at all. I do think they're going to make the playoffs, but I'm not moved by them. I don't like Sam Darnold. I don't love the Cooper Kupp signing like other people do. I think Cooper Kupp is very old, very injury prone. His routes are noticeably less sharp than they were like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But I still have them making the playoffs, and I have the Cardinals fourth. As you know, the classic team that isn't horrible but not that good. They might win like 7 games, 6 games. Yeah.
Rick, what do you got, man?
I have the Niners in first place, and I don't think this is the best team in the division. I actually think the Rams are better, but kind of what Danny said, their schedule's a joke. It's absurdly easy, so I expect them to win 14 games. I have the Rams also making the playoffs at 13-4. I have the Cardinals third at 5-12, and I have the Bucs at 5-12. I am not high on Sam Darnold. I'm not high on the Cup signing. I don't like much of what Seattle has going on outside of the defense that I think is rather solid. But and the main reason why I'm not high on Sam Darnold is he struggles when he's pressure a lot and kind of tends to panic, and that's when you kind of saw the Vikings fall at the end of last year when teams started blitzing them more and getting to Darnold often. And the Seahawks don't have the offensive line to protect him. So I think he could be in a situation where he pressure a lot and either throw some dumb passes and start seeing ghosts again like he did in Carolina, or just starts taking sacks and they can't really that well.
Yeah.
I mean, X, how about you, man?
I have the Rams first. I think their defense is one of the most like underrated defenses in the league. I really like Jared Verse, I think, and Kobe Turner. I think those two are really phenomenal. I know Devontae Adams has kind of have fallen off the last few years, but I still think that's a great sign. It's Pierre Puka Nakua, and he just signed Kyrie Williams to a little extension, like a $33 million 3-year extension. So I think he's gonna be playing a little bit. I mean, he had a phenomenal year last year. He's probably one of the reasons that team was in the playoffs last year behind someone like Jared Verse. And I had the Niners second. I mean, you can't really downplay that schedule they have. Not saying that's the reason they're going to make the playoffs is because of their schedule, but their schedule is fairly easy. I think losses come from teams like Tampa Bay or like they play Tampa Bay, they play LA. I think they lose primetime LA. They play LA twice. I think they do split with LA, but realistically, looking at their schedule, they lose like 3 games. If this plays, if they play like the Niners of the past, they lose like three games, which would put them first in the division because I think the Rams have a better chance of losing a little bit more. But I think if Matthew Stafford is my quarterback, I will always have faith in my team winning. So the other 2 teams are a complete toss-up. I don't know what the hell Kyler Murray is doing on the football field anymore. It kind of sucks too because I like Kyler.
Nothing.
I like Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray, but my God, that guy needs a growth spurt at whatever age he is. I'm not even saying it's because of his height, because this guy's phenomenal. I know this guy can play ball, but I need to see something out of him to even consider the Cardinals a playoff team. And the Seahawks, same thing as you guys. I don't think like I just told you guys at the beginning of the show, I totally forgot the Seahawks even signed Cooper Kupp. That's how much of an impact I think that even has, that no one even remembers he's a Seahawk. Like, and Sam Darnold being there, I think it was all system last year why Sam Darnold was good. And you saw when they played Detroit towards the end of the year, they pressured him, or it was for the division, right?
Yep.
Where they got
Yeah.
absolutely
In Minnesota.
in Minnesota
they
for a
got
division, and Sam Darnold was under pressure and he couldn't perform. So I
Not
don't.
only was it for the division, for the 1 seed.
Yeah, it was for the one seed.
Yeah.
Like, you just cannot do that under pressure, and that's why I think
I don't
I don't like
think
the
the Seahawks
Seahawks
have
this
nearly as good as a line as
Yeah.
the
Nope,
Vikings
not
had.
even close.
But no.
So it's a real toss up for that division between the Niners and Rams. I think this season, though, I think that Rams defense is phenomenal.
Yeah, the Rams Niners. I mean, I'm gonna give the edge to the Niners just because of the schedule. Like, I still think they're a great team, right? If CMC can play all year, if Brock Purdy can, just be a average, top 12 quarterback, they're gonna be fine. Then I got the Rams. I'm pretty high on the Rams again. That defense is insane. You guys talked about it quite a bit, so I won't go into that. And then I have the Cardinals at 3. I am kind of high on the Cardinals. I think Marvin Harrison Jr., I think if they can get him schemed open more, it's going to be, kind of a deadly combo. I did like their draft. I'm a big Will Johnson guy out of Michigan. They went all defense outside of their 6th-round pick, where they went guard. But I think that their defense is better than it was last year. And I think if you can just unlock Marvin Harrison Jr. paired with a really good Trey McBride, I think they have a decent shot of being a 7-win team, maybe 8-win team. Haven't looked at their schedule a whole lot, but I think they're going to be better than the Seahawks. I'm just not high on the Seahawks at all this year. Kind of just what you guys said, stuff like that. But yeah, that's all the teams.
Before we move off the NFC North, the NFC West. So I didn't take this into account for my prediction for the Rams because I do think it will be a non-factor, but something for us to keep our eye on is Matthew Stafford's health.
Yeah.
He's actually missed the last month. I believe. So he missed the last month of the regular season last year. Wait, what the? I'm so confused. He missed time with a back injury, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Sean McVay originally said that it wasn't that big of an issue. And he'll start practicing soon. That was said over 3 weeks ago,
and still 2 days ago, he still hasn't been doing walkthroughs.
He
Jimmy
hasn't
G
shown up to practice yet. So if Matthew Stafford is not the quarterback of the Rams, that significantly changes my prediction for. Hopefully we can get him out there because it's always fun to watch Matthew Stafford throw the rock because he does it as good as anyone.
I think he's gonna play if he wants to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if he was broken back, he can't really play.
But even if he just shows up, he isn't gonna have established chemistry with Devontae Adams. He's familiar with the offense, but it's still gonna be rather difficult to just jump right in. Even if he gets a week or two of practice before games start, but I mean we're at the point where about a month away from real
we are
games that matter NFL.
Yeah,
we are a month away
starting.
Yep.
And the fact that Matthew Stafford hasn't practiced in the last, from what I'm looking at, 3 weeks, and he just 2 days ago went to go see. So McVay said he's making good progress, but he went to go see a back specialist 2 days ago. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm making good progress and I'm on track for my recovery, I'm not going back to the doctor. Like, or at
Yeah,
least a
probably not.
specialist. Like, I'll go see the team doctors and like get their opinion, but I'm not going back to a specialist. So seeing that he went back to a specialist for his back and uh just this issue, like he was never gonna play in preseason anyway. The Rams don't do that, but that concerns me that it's he's not on the field for that.
All right, so that's kind of all we have for you guys today, right? Do we want to do a quick quiz? It's just 5 minutes.
Triv. Yeah.
Triv, yeah, we got trivia. We're today, keeping on the NFL topic. We're doing the last 1,000-yard rushers in a season for each team,
1 sec, I had to pull it up on my side.
and just
Where is it?
yard barker. It should be the first one.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you guys want to do these quizzes with us, we're on Yard Barker. They got a lot of good quizzes over there.
Check
Shout
this
out
my
X for the find.
Yeah, love this place. Great website.
But yeah, let's
Wait, I don't. I typed in last 1,000-yard rusher for each team, and I did get the quiz.
Here.
Oh, it's last hunt. Yeah, just send it in the.
Oh.
Please tell me I don't just mess up the overlay. Oh, thank God. Fuck.
All right. Let me know when you guys.
All right,
are
ready? 3.
Yeah.
2, 1.
I'm out already. I'm joking.
You're out already?
No. Just joking. Chat, you're getting my POV at the bottom. Oh my God, I'm not spelling anything right. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm reading it wrong. I said LA Rams.
Ooh, that's a good.
Fuck if I know.
I cannot remember who the running back for Washington was in 2021.
Huh?
What?
Oh shit! I forgot he was there. Dude, the Jets haven't had a rusher since 2015. My God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know I'm spelling that wrong.
Oh my God! I just pulled the Jets one on first try.
No, I'm done.
Wow. I'm blanking.
There's only one, Rick. There's only one rusher in 2015. Let's be real.
Yeah.
2015. There's only one running back I'm thinking of for that team.
There was two. There was two.
I can't think of it.
Hell yeah, Diego. I know my running backs. It's also that one was really easy. Also, that's way easier than last week. My God. I don't have to pull like Lance Allworth or whatever I had to pull last week to even Don Maynard or something. Dude, Jimmy, we put Sadon in center, and I was like, thank God, dude.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and
you saw me go like this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I just totally fucked.
I am on my last one.
I know who the Saints is. I don't know how to spell it.
Who are you thinking?
Is it not Kamara?
No, he's never rushed for 1,000 yards.
It is,
What?
yeah. Kamara's never. He's just touchdown guy. He's a big touchdown guy.
I'm done.
Yo, Diego, you don't know who that is? Diego doesn't know who the Jets running back is.
Wait.
That's a Jet legend. That's a Jet legend.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll. 2 idiots are done.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Mean.
Valid, but crazy.
Danny, did you finish?
No.
How many do you have left, Danny? Come on.
I have
I have 10 left.
3 left.
What teams, Danny?
I have the Jets. I have Washington because I'm blanking on that, and I'm blanking on Dallas.
Oh, come on.
I don't have
dude.
Dallas.
That was
Last
like
year. It's last year.
Last
No, that's
year.
why.
Who was the
That's why I
only
don't
running back
remember.
last year for that team?
I don't
Dude,
remember.
I'm not even trolling. All I'm thinking of is the dude who's like 5'4".
He is 5'4".
He
No,
only.
he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, I know,
Oh my
I know,
God.
I know, I know.
Danny,
It's
this
not-
guy's
I got it. I got it.
It's not Deuce Vaughn.
I got it.
Who was their other? Why can't I think of who their running back was last year?
Wait, Jimmo, who are you stuck on?
You have 10 left, Jimmo?
No, I have 9 left.
Oh.
9?
9?
Yeah, the Jets guy. I can't spell CMC right. I guess.
I'm done. I got
It literally
31.
accepts CMC. Just type in CMC.
Oh, it does.
Oh, I typed McCaffrey.
I did too, and I even spell checked it, and it didn't work.
I tried to spell. I
Duh.
didn't capitalize the second C, so it didn't give it.
I guess the toughest one for me was Washington, but once I realized how bad that team was in 2020, I'm like, oh, it's just this guy.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields was the hardest
Yeah,
for me.
that was
That
what
one
I
took
got.
me a bit. I thought I was spelling.
No. I knew that they didn't have a. I didn't know. I knew they didn't have a running back in 2022. I'm like, it's Fields.
Oh,
I almost did
I didn't
Lamar.
get-
I almost went Lamar, but I saw it was last year. I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be
I didn't
The
get
running back you were
Fields.
looking for was Chris Ivory.
Chris Ivory,
yeah,
buddy.
I wouldn't have pulled that.
I barely know.
I didn't
who
get
Chris Ivory is.
Gibson, Dowdell, Fields, or I blanked on Melvin Gordon.
You
I
didn't
totally
get
forgot he
Rico
was even a
Dowdle?
person.
Rico
No,
Dowdle.
I totally forgot who their running back
X,
was
the
last
other
year.
the running backs I was between for the Jets was Bilal Powell.
Yeah. I just
Oh,
know.
no.
My first shot
I
was Ivory,
do-
but
I do so
I
much
knew
of
it
this
was one of
trivia,
them.
Rick. I watch NFL trivia for like a living. It's so bad. It's unhealthy. I just know that 2015 Chris Ivory is the Jets running back. I think Bilal Powell was like
I did.
2012. Bilal Powell was 2012. But that's actually insane how 2015 was their last 1,000-yard rusher. And they have someone like Breece Hall in their backfield.
yeah.
Yeah,
Can we give Brees the rock?
Yeah.
yeah. Seriously, give that guy the ball. But
Kansas City
yeah.
too, 2017.
Yeah.
And Kamara never rushing for a thou wow is
Yeah, they
crazy.
just-
Yeah, that guy
Kansas
that was
just
kind of
don't run
messing
the
with
ball.
me.
Because I typed in Kamara, I was like, oh shit, it's Ingram.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't Kamara. I knew that was Ingram. Like, that's just like one of the weird stats I.
All right, well,
Yeah.
GG's guys. I think I win,
Yeah.
honestly. I don't know. I'm 2-0.
Yeah.
I'm 2-0. I finished first.
I'm never gonna win one of these, but that's okay.
We can do an MLB one next week.
Sorry.
I'll,
guys-
I'll get you
Yeah,
eventually.
all right, perfect.
We next one we should do a team one. Me and X are on.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Okay,
we can do that.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out, watching. As always, make sure you comment. Let us know how things are going, what you like, what you don't like. Give us some hot topics to talk about, things like that.
Comments should
But,
be on this time. I promise. Comments should be on.
Comments should be on this time. But thank you guys so much for all the support. We're gonna keep grinding these out. We appreciate every single one of you. Sorry, this one kind of got a little long-winded. Had quite a bit to talk about. Hopefully, we'll start, trying to get these within an hour, 15 hour, 30 of each other. But be on the lookout. Make sure you follow our socials. Also, if you guys would like to do a Locker Room Pod Fantasy Football, let us know. We'll tweet it out. We'll invite you guys to the Discord.
Just
all
hit the
that good
DMs.
stuff, and,
Hit the DMs anywhere you guys want.
hit the DMs.
We'll post a disc. I don't know if I want to post a Discord link on Twitter. That might be terrible.
That might be scary.
If you guys want to be a part
on
of the
Twitter.
league, yeah.
Chat, and start linking it in the description.
The ping pong.
By the way,
championship.
Sox up
All right.
6-2. Sox just
Sox
up
are-
6-2.
Yes, sir. And say it on top of that. It's about to be 9-2, by the way.
Yep.
All right. Yes. Hit us in the DMs. looking in the DMs as the week goes by. Rick, you want to make the league? I'm sure you know how to run everything and make everything
I
fair.
can-
So Rick's gonna make the league. Just DM us on or DM us on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, and then we'll go ahead and we'll send you the Discord link, and then join the Discord, and all the details will be in a channel in the Discord. I'll go ahead and make one tomorrow or something. But yeah. I hope you guys. I'll go ahead and send us off here, since I have OBS and everything. But
Yeah.
I hope you
have a good night,
guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys so much for coming by. We love this shit. Honestly, as you can tell, we're really passionate
This is
about all
so
this.
fun.
This shit's the
Um,
best.
That's why these go 2 hours long.
Yeah, like when we first announced that we were gonna do this pod, I retweeted the post and said, this is like one of my biggest dreams is to do a podcast about shit I love, which is football and baseball. So really being able to turn the stream into a reality is really cool, and I really enjoy spending time with the guys here. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch the Red Sox game with JMO, and I'm gonna watch the Yankees lose. You guys have a great night. I love you guys.
Yankees lose.
Yankees lose. All right, later, guys. Have a great night. We'll see
Later,
you
gentlemen.
maybe this week if anything else crazy happens. We'll see you next week. But yeah, later, guys.